Hey guys, back outside on another beautiful, sunny, hot summer day. Emphasis on the hot. But I'd rather be outside on a hot day than inside any day of the week. So we've got, if you can't tell by the box, something from Monthly Knife Club. This is, I'm betting my Onyx subscription, so it feels heavy and maybe a little chunky. So that's pretty cool. Monthly Knife Club has been doing I think some really great stuff lately. And if you haven't noticed, I think in the Ultimate boxes, which they send me, I've never subscribed to that, but they send me. I feel like their Ultimate tier knives have been just really good, like almost Onyx level knives, Anyway, let's get into this. This should be the Onyx for June 2024, and we're gonna open it with a knife from, I've been loving this Kubi that came in the May Ultimate box. This is the Ultimate tier knife. So let's slice on into this tape, and I'm careful, don't want to slice through all the cardboard and stuff. It feels such like an interesting box. Let's see. And okay, I'm an idiot. I gotta cut the top tape. Oh, okay. Now I've always said this. I've been saying this for a while, that in the Onyx, there are times where you will get one, sometimes you will get two. And I'm completely wrong. Oh, okay. Listen, guys, there are times where I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. None whatsoever. At all. So this is the tier 2 and the Onyx came in one box. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, so 2 great subscriptions that I love. I've never seen them come in one box before, but I'm not complaining because guess what? We got a 2-for-1 unboxing. Awesome. It's like doing a 2-tiered subscription box. That's why it felt so odd. So we've got the Onyx and we've got the tier 2 name brand Smooth Sentinel. Dum 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 dum. I couldn't resist. So we've got 2 great brands. We've got Civivi and We. Guess what? They're the same brand. Corporate wants you to figure out what's different about these pictures. They're the same picture. No. So We, very high end. Civivi, they're more budget friendly brand, but Civivi knives, some of them are phenomenal and pretty pricey themselves. So we'll see what we've got. So we're going to look at the in the tier 2, the Civivi Synergy 3, and we're going to look at the We Smooth Sentinel, which I can't wait to open just because it sounds so cool. So let's start with the Civivi. As always, we've got specs that I can show you, which saves me a little work, not a ton of work, a little work. Okay, and we've got the cost of the subscription and the price range that you will find it for if you search online. Of course, if somebody has like some kind of special sale or they are violating MAP pricing, whatever. So let's get into this guy. I hear the zipper from the case. Come on. Come on, there we go. So we've got their 10-year thank you. We've got the Civivi knife sticker, which is a little different than the sticker you see in the We box, but I like their nice soft padded pouches. Warranty, product guide stuff. And they still love their little Elementum Knife of the Year, showing that off. It's been a few years, but still a really nice knife. Cloth, it's a pretty good cloth. I can't remember which company. One company blew me away with the quality of their microfiber cloth, but this is a nice one. It's decent. Now let's take a look at the actual knife, which has some really heavy textured G10 there. very nicely done because that is going to be super grippy. Reminds me of some of the first like professional aftermarket Griptilian scales, Benchmade Griptilian scales. They had this kind of texture on them, not custom made, you know, individuals, but like production run. They had this texture, and it's good because this is really grippy. You will never drop this knife unless, watch, now I'm going to drop this knife. Damn it, I shouldn't have said that. And the backspacer is full G10 also. So, deep carry clip, it's a little tight. It is, but it's still got a little spring to it, so you can get it in and out of your pocket. It is not reversible. It is one side only, so there is no soup to be had here. Just realized now, there was bright sun when I set everything up, and now we're kind of in a shadow, so I hope we're seeing it all right. We've got a nice little flipper there. Ooh, nice action. I'm not a huge fan of this blade, but it's like that stylized science fiction tanto, but it is a very nicely done blade. It's got a beautiful finish there. And it is, I mean, I know a lot of people are going to really look at this and say that looks slick and nice. Let's see. Our liner lock is, it's easy to get to, could be a little easier, but we've got perfect centering on there. I mean, the action on it is great. And that is just bearings and good detent, no springs involved or anything. It just flies open. Let's see. There we go. Bevels. And this is really good work because the bevels are perfectly even, and this is, you know, kind of a compound. I don't know if I should use that word, but it is, you know, it's definitely ground in at two different angles. So let's see, to the paper. It's very nice. And then the big boy, yeah. No resistance whatsoever, just flies through it. To really nice shape and everything. The handle shape itself kind of reminds me of the Kershaw Link a little bit, but like bigger, like it fills out your hand. I think I said the Link and I meant the Leak, the Kershaw Leak, but like it really fills out your hand well. And even though it's not a huge hulk of a knife, it really does well for big hand issues. Like if you've got a big old hand, you can really get a good grip on it. So I can deal with this and I like it. Couple things I would change about it. You know, there's no jimping or anything, which you guys, if you've been with the channel, you know I'm really a huge simp for good jimping right here. But I'd like a little better access to the liner right there, but it's a minor thing. Great action. Definitely stylized and looks pretty sweet. A little over stylized for my particular taste, but that blade is going to give you a lot of nice straight cutting edge, and I think it just EDC purposes, it's going to do great for you. Very much like it. Like I said, couple things I'd change, but overall definitely something I would carry. So there is our tier 2 name brand. In case you missed it, Nitro V steel, cannot complain about that, not one little bit. I love Nitro V. The very nicely machined G10, awesome. So let's move on to the Onyx. Here are your specs on the Onyx, and I'm looking forward to reading those myself because I haven't seen it yet. Price of the subscription, what you will find this knife for floating around on the internet. Definitely a great deal. CPM 20 CV, titanium and carbon fiber, fantastic materials. Let's see what is in the Smooth Sentinel. Dun 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 dun. We've got a Wii sticker, and again 10th anniversary, so very similar to the 10th anniversary sticker. Oh, never. I am lying. It's exactly the same. I was going to say, but a little bit different. It's exactly the same. Okay, shows you how good my memory is. And we've got the Wii documentation. we've got the cloth, which is a little bit better. It is a little, yes, it is better. It is an upgraded cloth. Okay, cool. And then the Wii sticker, which is different than, that is different, I know for a fact. And of course, the case is bigger, made better. It's better. You've got the same fluff, right, that's in it, but they give you these compartmentalized, areas. So it's just meant to be a little higher quality piece. Now here's the funny part, and this happened in the Ultimate too. It's got a higher end knife with a much higher price tag, but it is a little guy compared to the lower priced knife. However, again, regarding materials, we've got a higher end knife here, and we've got carbon fiber with, I'm not sure, is that aluminum maybe? I can feel a little piece of the aluminum. And that'll, yep, it already rubbed off. That's fine. But this kind of material is expensive. It is very expensive. So, but you've got the carbon fiber with aluminum. I forgot the actual name for it, but it comes with copper and some other material. It's expensive stuff. Inlaid onto the titanium. Clip is reversible this time, left or right. A little bit springier, a little bit more pocket forgiving than the clip on the Civivi. Also a flipper. Let's go. Aw. Frame lock this time. And you know what? I'm not upset about that first little, Viagra needing flip, because many high-end knives come out of the box and they haven't been used, since they were tested in the factory, and they just need, one little get going. High-end and low-end knives alike, so I'm not going to judge it on that. Also, my hand was sort of on the lock there because it's a smaller knife, and I didn't know it was a liner lock at the time, so I bet I could recreate that. There we go. Just by having my finger on the lock. We've had to mention this before with some smaller liner locks. If you have larger hands, one of the things you need to watch out for is that you're not putting any pressure on that liner lock when you try to deploy the knife, because you're actually pushing on the detent of the knife, which is actually going to hinder it from opening. So it's one of those things where it can be a little inconvenient. However, once you are aware of how the geometry of the knife is, where your hand placement should go, it's not an issue anymore. But again, this is a me problem. This is a me and anybody with big hands problem. If you're a normal sized person that doesn't have hands that are too big for your body, you're gonna be fine. But once you're aware of placement, so like I'm gonna use this clip as a landmark now. My middle finger is going to rest on that clip anytime I want to open the knife, and I'm not going to have any problems whatsoever. And we see this with a lot of smaller liner locks. Anyway, so now we've got flawless deployment every single time. We've got kind of a bead blast, sandblast finish on the blade. So positive and negative. This is a nice clean finish right now. As you use this knife, if this is your user, it's going to show every scratch, bump, dent that it's going to come in contact with. Some people really might not like that. The people that like their knives to show what they've done with it and like to show the use, it's going to show all the character that this knife is going to pick up through the lifetime of it being carried and used. So, that's why a lot of companies actually do the tumble finish, and people like the tumble finish because it's a little better at hiding your scratches and your use on the blade. But this is absolutely a great EDC size. It can also I think we can sort of put it in the gentleman folder category. It's short, it's a little slim, it's definitely dressy, I think it will go well with a lot of that kind of look. Oh, I feel nothing as it goes through the paper. That is great. And these bevels absolutely are perfectly even. I don't know if I covered this before, but it's absolutely perfectly well centered. People that don't know materials and stuff might look at this and say, how is this little tiny knife going for anywhere from like $209 to $247. But it's in the materials, it's in the craftsmanship, it's in the fit and finish. And it's okay if you like. Listen, if you say I would never pay $200 for a knife like that in my life, no fault. I understand, and I have paid. A lot of people have paid that price for a knife this size, maybe even a little smaller, just because of what it's made of and how it's made and what it represents. There are other knives made with similar materials and stuff, or maybe knives bigger than this, even bigger than this, but maybe made with other materials that I consider a little substandard, that of the same price, but they were like much bigger. But I would still said I would never pay that price for that knife. Knife collecting is very personalized to the collector, and what you value and what you think the worth is entirely up to you. And nobody should be trying to tell anybody else what they should or shouldn't be doing with their own money. It's entirely up to you. And that's why I love this hobby, because what works for me might not work for you, might not work for the next guy. But at the end of the day, we're a community of people that have an interest and an enthusiasm for the category, for the topic. Got two pretty slick knives for June. We've got our Onyx, we've got our Tier 2. Wow, I gotta say, this one, the mechanics on it, you'd think it was on a spring, the way it opens. It's great. So we got two pretty cool knives, our Tier 2 and our Onyx. Both great in their own ways. Both maybe one or two things I'd change, just to my personal preferences, but still both very much worth it in the subscriptions. I love Monthly Knife Club. As always, links to Monthly Knife Club in the video description. I totally feel comfortable throwing my money down to this company. My money has gone to this company since I think 2018, maybe, possibly 17 or 18 is when I first started checking out Monthly Knife Club and subscribing to them, and I have not even considered pulling any, stopping any subscription from them. Good company, run by good people, and so I feel totally confident recommending them, which is why I always have a link to them. Except the Ultimate Box, because I've never paid for an Ultimate Box in my life, but they do send it to me. And again, it's good company, so I always have, the links to them. So I highly recommend you go check them out. We only look at a fraction of what they have to offer, on their website, of all the different choices. They've got stuff in just about everybody's budget, if you look. So anyway, what do you guys think? Is there one that you like more than the other this month? Are these knives that you guys would carry? Would you enjoy them? Or is there something about it that you would not? Like, nah, I wouldn't put that knife in my pocket because ... What do you guys think? So anyway, thanks for spending a little bit more unboxing time with me. I hope it was fun. Remember that you guys are all absolutely awesome, and I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll be back again real soon.